Oh boy. I feel like it was kind of inevitable that at some point I was going to make a video on Aeternus just because it reflects a lot of what I've talked about on this channel for a while regarding like red top ones and whatnot. I haven't talked about Aeternus pretty much at all on this channel. I referred to it as Eternal like a couple times back when the teaser came out, but I haven't talked about it in what, like the 3 weeks since it's been released, and obviously I didn't talk about it during the leaks. There's been some mixed reception of it, with I think the majority saying that it's pretty good or at least decent, and personally I kind of like the level. I don't have very strong opinions about it, but I think it's pretty cool. So today I'm just going to give my general thoughts on the level and sort of explain why I think this does things right that a lot of other extreme demons don't. So when it comes to especially top 1 extreme demons, there's always a huge amount of hell-themed or just red extreme demons. They're starting to go down a bit now, but it's still obviously a thing. And the main criticism I always have for it is that it just does the exact same thing as a bunch of levels before it, and we never get anything new. So as soon as people aren't hyped about its release, everyone forgets about it and starts shitting on the level. And I think Aeternus does a good job of not doing that, while also going for a generally top 1/impossible vibe. The gameplay is really intimidating and just interesting to look at. You know, it's not just wave carried, which is pretty nice. It's also not really ship carried either. Like, there's a good number of ship and wave sections, but there's also a lot of sections that are other game modes. And it still kind of a little bit reminds you of Tartarus or Acheron, which I think is really nice, but it doesn't stick to that formula too much, which I think is also a really nice change. People have been saying that this is like the conclusion to like the Tartarus trilogy or something, which saying Acheron is a Tartarus sequel I understand way more because those two levels have a lot more similarities than this one does with either of them. But I think the thing that this level does the best is decoration and song choice. Usually the issues with a lot of top ones are that the song is pretty boring or just something that we have heard like a million times, like At the Speed of Light, or a song that has already been used in several popular levels in the community, like Sakupin Hell Yes or Dark Dragon Fire. Whereas Aeternus uses a Doom soundtrack song, which fits the level and the idea of a top 1 really well. It's super intense, it's like heavy metal. I mean, we don't really see that genre being used in Geometry Dash that often. And then of course there's the decoration, which while it can look pretty messy at some points, it does the one thing that I have been suggesting for literally years, which is use more than one freaking color. Aeternus of course has a lot of grayscale and red stuff, but it also has like some blue and purple mixed in there, which I think works pretty well. A lot of people have said that the pulses are quite jarring, which I think in some ways adds to the level, but also I think that's partially because everyone expects a solid red level, like literally just a solid brick of red moving on your screen the whole time. And while I do think some of that could be improved, I think overall it is way more interesting and unique and looks pretty good compared to if it was just all red. The only thing I'd say is off about the decoration is at some points it feels like a little too gritty or messy, like it's hard to process what's going on, and the color shifts can be a little too unexpected at times, but honestly I have less of a problem with that. I feel like that mostly just seems to be a little more unnatural because we're so used to just only one color. To me it's like the same thing as people saying that Tidal Wave doesn't look right because it has yellow and blue. But yeah, overall I think this is a really interesting level. I mean, it's no Orochi, but at least in my opinion it's not bad. Certainly a really nice improvement from Tartarus and Acheron. But I have seen a lot of people criticize this level on 2 fronts. The first one being more about the decoration, saying the color changes are too jarring or that it just is too messy or busy, which is obviously a bit more subjective based off personal taste. And while I do agree, I think it could be fixed relatively easily. I mean, if Riot, Raimu, or Ice Cave are watching this video, I mean, you guys have said this level is very hard, and with the 240 Hz change, while you're figuring out what to do with the level, I mean, hey, you might as well fix some stuff up if you want to. I don't think you necessarily need to, but I mean, hey, it couldn't hurt. The other main criticism I've seen of the level is that it's just top 1 to be top 1, or that it's just Tartarus and Acheron all over again, which we will get to in a minute. Trust me, we will get to that in a minute. But I've seen some people be pretty ferocious about criticizing the decoration, when in my eyes this is progress. We are going from like an era of the demon list with top 1s that a lot of people do not like, to levels that people appreciate more and more, and just because this one has a few flaws does not mean that it is automatically garbage trash. I don't think that this is the same case with Avernus, where it unironically was literally just made for clout, and like openly so. Like, this level is not made to be verified in the near future. That being said, I have also seen a lot of people criticizing the level, you know, like fairly, and giving actual suggestions, you know, instead of just GD Twitter screaming. And it seems like Riot and a lot of the people behind the level were like preemptively expecting some hate for the level, which is just like my best guess, my shot in the dark, because while they did change some stuff up, it is also the third 1.9 theme topped one that Riot has posted in recent times, so. But yeah, overall, I kind of like this level. It's a little messy at times and can be kind of jarring in terms of pulses and whatnot, but I don't think it hurts the level too much, and I think it's a really nice change of pace from a lot of the stuff that we've been getting in like the top 5 for a while now. I give this probably about a 7 out of 10. I think it functions pretty well as either a potential top 1 or an impossible level. So yeah, that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to like and subscribe. See more of my videos, and it helps out the channel, but no pressure, of course. Sorry it took me so long to make this video. I know I like started saying, yeah, I'll make a video on Aeternus like a month ago, but of course I got busy with other projects, and I kind of wanted to make this after some of the talk about it had died down. But yeah, as always, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.